What is up, guys? Today we have the Wybot S2 cordless robotic pool cleaner, and this right here, we need more cleaners like this. So before we get into this review, I want to mention I am not sponsored for this cleaner here. I paid out of pocket. I will include features that I like, especially features I don't like, if any. Also keep in mind, this is for how this cleaner works in my pool back here. Every single pool is different. Might work better, might work worse in your pool, but keep an open mind. Overall, I hope this review helps. So what do I mean by we need more cleaners like this? Well, in the market right now, there are very few. It's very hard to find a cordless robotic pool cleaner under $1,000 that has an ultra fine filter. Yes, this S2 right here has an ultra fine filter and is under $1,000. There are only 2 cleaners on the market right now that is in that category. Now, this one right here, this is the Wybot Scuba S1 Pro, this monster, this beast of a cleaner right here. And this right here, up until the S2, has been my favorite cleaner to use in terms of being cordless, under $1,000, and with an ultra fine filter option. I love the Scuba S1 Pro here. It's been great in my pool. These 2 cleaners here are the only cordless cleaners on the market under 1K with that ultra fine filter option. There aren't many choices. Now, why is it that way, you ask? Why aren't there more choices for an ultra fine filter? Well, there are 2 reasons. One, these brands, they want you to buy the more expensive, higher end model, so they force you to buy the ultra fine filter version, which is the more expensive version as opposed to the base model. That's just business. I understand that it's terrible for us. Second, with an ultra fine filter requires more power and more suction from the cleaner itself. If you picture an ultra fine filter, what it's designed to do is filter out even smaller debris, smaller particles in your pool. The holes between the filters are smaller and less debris is able to escape out, which includes water as well. And these cleaners work off of pushing water through the system. So you can understand why when you use an ultrafine filter, it needs more power to push water through those ultrafine filters as well as the debris. In some cases, if you've ever noticed, if you used an ultrafine filter before, whether it be on a corded or cordless cleaner, when you're using it, it moves slower in the pool or it's not climbing up the wall. That is normal because remember, it's using more power to filter out that water through the system. So keep that in mind. The Scuba S1 Pro and the Wybot S2 here are the 2 only cordless cleaners right now under $1,000 with an ultrafine filter option. These are really great cleaners. So it's important to note that this version here is the Wybot S2. There is another version to this. It's called the Wybot S2 Pro. And what it does is it's the exact same cleaner here, but it adds an optional docking station. Yes, a self-charging docking station, which is really neat. It's a really cool concept where the cordless cleaner will dock itself in the pool and charge itself anytime the battery gets low. Now, if you're looking for that version, make sure you pick the right one when you're choosing your cleaner here. So there are a few things I want to mention about that Pro version with the docking station. One, that docking station you will have to mount in your pool on the side of your pool going down into your pool. The docking station itself has a cord that you have to plug into a DC outlet, into an outlet in the wall to keep power to it so that it does charge. So it's not completely cordless. It's just that this section here, this cleaner here is cordless. Really great for those instances where you have objects in the pool that cords used to get tangled around tables, chairs, whatever it is. That's where it shines the most, where it's able to be cordless in the pool as opposed to having that cord on that docking station outside the pool. So just keep that in mind when choosing the right version. But overall, the S2 cleaner itself works the same. So let's talk about the Wybot S2 here. What makes this such a good choice in terms of a robotic pool cleaner? Well, first off, this is designed for pools up to about 3,200 square feet. So you can use them in some pretty big pools, small and medium pools as well, but up to big pools. In terms of physical looks, it does have a nice premium design to it. Love the black and the gray look with hints of this little turquoise teal color. Looks like a premium design. In terms of weight here, this cleaner here only comes in at 18.7 pounds. Yes, this is one of the lightest weight pool cleaners, cordless pool cleaners on the market right now. Love that. This is great for people that have a harder time lifting heavy objects in and out of the pool, or in general, if you just want a lighter cleaner. Right over here in the front here, you've got this nice little grip handle to take the cleaner in and out of the pool, also to fish it out of the pool with the retrieval hook. Now, I do want to mention, this is in an awkward spot here. It's on the front bottom end of the cleaner itself. I wish it was on the top. It's easier to hook onto and grab onto on the top, but on this cleaner, it's in the front. So it's kind of hard and awkward to grab onto. So just keep that in mind. A little bit harder, not a big deal. This cleaner has smart navigation and intelligent path planning, so it's able to detect objects in the pool and adjust its way around it. But at the same time, it won't spend 20-30 minutes mapping and scanning the pool and then taking off. It takes off in a preset pattern right at the start and cleans the pool and adjusts, so it doesn't waste any time. Also built inside of this is 3 powerful brushless motors. So this means that it's more powerful and it's more efficient, so that's awesome. Now, right at the top here, this is your charging port. You want to twist this open anytime you want to charge it, plug it in, charge it, and when you're done, you want to make sure you close this up nice and tight. You don't want water going in there. This right here is the water outlet for water to return out of. And right here, you have the little power button to turn it on. And when you turn this on, what's really neat is that this piece right here, it lights up. This is considered a touch LED panel. And what it basically means is that there are no buttons. You just have to touch this button here to switch modes. And this is also very simple to use. And I'll go ahead and show you. Okay guys, to use the S2 is very simple. You hold the power button for about 2 seconds. It'll light up this indicator down here. These little lights here correspond to how much battery percentage you have. 5 means 100%, 4 is 80, 3 is 60, and so on. So it's easy to tell how much battery you have on the cleaner itself. Right up here on this icon being lit up with the arrow pointing down, this means it's on floor mode, focuses just on the floors. Push that mode button, see the arrows turn to the walls. This is on your wall mode. And then one more mode on the cleaner itself with the arrows pointing down and to the walls. This means it focuses on the walls and then it switches to the floors to clean the floors. So that's really neat. 3 modes on the physical cleaner itself. If you wanted to use this, you just go ahead and place it in the pool now and it'll run. But if you want to just turn it off, you just hold the power button for about a second. It'll turn red and then shut itself off. Super simple, easy to use. Now, right here on the sides here, you can see this is a track style design. Track designs are better to climb steep walls, steps in the pool. So that's awesome. Pull this up and flip this upside down to show you that it's got 2 large dual front scrubbing brushes here to knock loose all debris. Right down here at the bottom here, you can see it's got these little tiny brushes over here to scrub as well. And finally, you have the inlet for debris to be suctioned into a large inlet opening here. Now, let me flip this around here and show you this here. Love this. This is an easy access top loading debris basket here. But remember, one of the best things about this cleaner is the fact that it has an ultra fine filter option. Yes, inside of this, first you get this kind of 4.5 liter size fine filter basket. Awesome. But behind this right here, take a look at this right here. This is an ultra fine filter sponge. Yes, inside of this, let me take this out here and show you. You see this? This is the sponge piece that's attached to this little cartridge here. And anytime you're done using this, all you have to do is kind of rinse it out with water and kind of wring it out and it cleans it out here. This is what's designed with the system so that it works as an ultra fine filter system. It's really nice this way. This filters out a ton of more smaller fine particles working together. Now, why is it important to have an ultra fine filter? Well, you don't necessarily need an ultra fine filter, but if you get a lot of really small debris, if you get a ton of sand, a ton of dirt, a ton of milky dead algae in the pool, you will need an ultrafine filter of some sort to filter that out. That's why it's nice that it's included on this S2 here. Now, keep in mind, again, when you use an ultrafine filter, it requires more power. So they recommend using this filter, this piece here, only when you're cleaning the floor mode. And you place it right into these 2 little slots back here. Now, it's important to note, there is a little crease on one side of this right here in the middle. That's the back end, the curved piece right here. So when you place it back inside, you want to line it up that direction there, just like that. And you only use this when you're using floor mode. Otherwise, you can use just the regular fine basket by itself and you can take this piece out. Now, one thing I want to mention about this Wybot S2 is don't be afraid of the technology, of the power behind this here. You can use this cleaner as a simple plug and play type of cleaner where all you really have to do is charge it, turn it on, select the mode that you want, put it into the pool, let it clean, let it do its thing. Once it's done, you take it out, you charge it and get it ready and repeat the same process next time. This has an online app, yes, but you don't necessarily have to use it. Most of the features, you can just control it from this cleaner itself. You can select your floor mode, you can select your wall mode and your wall and floor mode on the physical cleaner itself. You get 3 modes to the physical cleaner. That's all you really need. So again, don't be afraid of this cleaner, because of all that technology, you can use it just as a standard plug and play type of cleaner. However, if you choose to use the app, you will get extra features. And I'll go ahead and show you that app. It's super simple to use. Okay guys, so this is the Wybot app right here. You download it and it's really easy to install. You go ahead and add your cleaner. I have the S2 right here at the bottom. Let's click on that and go inside and it will load your app here. It's a very simple, easy to use app here. At the bottom you have all your cleaning modes. Now it's important to note, on the physical cleaner itself, you get 3 modes on the physical cleaner. You get floor mode, you get wall mode, and you get wall, then floor mode. Those are the 3 you can access on the physical cleaner itself. Now on this app, you will get 4 extra modes here if you want to use those 4 extra modes. You have your standard full mode, which is your floors, walls, and waterline at the same time. You have your waterline mode, so you can focus just on cleaning the waterline, neat. And then you have this mode called turbo floor mode, which is a fast-paced floor cleaning mode, which is pretty neat to see. And the opposite of that is eco floor mode, a slower floor cleaning mode. So you can see right here you have 7 different options on the app itself. Really neat. Now, I do want to point out, if you're looking for a weekly schedule timer, this S2 has it, but you must use this app. You can see right here, kind of at the bottom center, it says cycle timer. Let's go ahead and go inside here. And this is where you choose how many times you want it to turn on during the week. 2 times during the week, 3 times, or 4 times during the week. And it'll turn on based off of how much battery percentage it has left, and a run based off of how many times you choose to use it. So that's really neat. If you want to use that timer, again, you have to go on this app and set it every single week you use this. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna turn it off and go back here. Now, right next to the word cleaning mode, you see it says expert mode. Well, this is kind of neat. You can actually go in there and you can set the pattern of the floor. You can change the pattern here to a cross pattern, a star pattern, or the S pattern. I'm going to keep it on the S pattern, so that's neat. And then even on the walls, when it's cleaning the walls, you can select the pattern that you like as well. I'm going to keep it on the Z pattern. I actually prefer the Z pattern right here. So that's really neat. Overall, this is a very simple and easy to use app. So again, on that app, you will get extra cleaning modes, which is really nice. I don't know why you need 7 different cleaning modes, but it's really nice to have those extra features. And to access that weekly timer, to use the weekly timer on the S2, you have to use that app. So keep that in mind. But if you don't want to use a weekly timer, you can use it as a standard plug and play right on the physical cleaner itself. Another cool feature about this S2 is that it has an auto park feature. So when it's done with its cleaning cycle, it'll move closest to the wall for you to pick it up out of the pool with the little retrieval hook that it comes with. So that's a nice little extra feature. So I've talked a lot about this Wybot S2 here. Let's finally place it into the pool and I'll show you how well it works. Okay guys, so the S2 is on right now. It is on floor mode, and I do want to mention the ultrafine sponge filter is in there right now. So this is how it's moving along floor mode. And remember, the ultrafine filter, they recommend you only use on floor mode. And you see right there, it didn't climb up the walls. On floor mode, it will focus just on the floors of the pool. So keep that in mind. So let's watch this clean the floors here. So I have a main drain right there that the S2 is heading towards right there. So let's watch it go over the main drain. No issues at all. Awesome. And again, it's going to come up to this wall, but it won't climb up. Remember, it is on floor mode. See, it backs up. It only focuses on the floors of the pool. Now the S2 is a little caught up right now on the main drain. It's trying to back itself out of the main drain. You can see it's done a few passes, but now it's kind of on the side of the main drain now. So I expect it to be able to get off of this main drain here. There's a difference from when the S2 hits the main drain on the side and directly right over it. It'll struggle a little bit directly over it, but on the side, it'll be able to get off of it quickly. And there. Took a little bit of work, but it was able to get itself off of the main drain. It'll hit the wall right there and back down. Kind of stop and then turn itself. Go forward a little bit here. And then it'll stop again. and then turn itself again to the right, and then it'll back up against the wall. Remember, this is a pattern. This is how I know which direction it's going. Go back forward from the wall here and go straight here. And you can see it moving along that pattern, that kind of U-shaped pattern along the pool. That's what I have it set at right now. And it'll repeat this pattern along this wall all across the pool floor. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and open this up, and what I'm doing now is taking out that ultra fine filter sponge. I'm going to use it on wall and waterline mode right now, so you want to take this piece off so it works better. They do tell you to take the ultra fine filter sponge out when not using it on floor mode. So let's go ahead and do that. Turn it on right over here, and let's set it to the wall mode. You can see the arrows on the side right there. And now we'll place it into the pool. It'll sink down and focus on the walls of the pool. Okay guys, so I have the S2 on wall mode right here, and you can see right here I have 5-foot tall walls, and the S2 will climb all the way up to the water line over here and scrub the water line. Awesome. Now it'll move along a pattern as it goes back down. I have this set to the N style pattern, so when it goes down it should move along the wall and climb up the wall next to it. You see how it's moving this direction? It'll turn kind of at an angle over here. Go forward a little bit. And then stop and then turn to the left again. And then climb up the wall over here. I have it on the N-like pattern setting. And you can set it into any style you like. I just like the N style pattern over here. And take a look at it again. It'll climb all the way up to the water line right over here and scrub the water line. Awesome. Remember, this is wall mode. So in wall mode, it'll clean the walls and scrub the water line. Now it'll go back down and repeat the pattern all along this wall here onto my tanning ledge here. Alright guys, so the Wybot S2 is on wall mode, and it's transitioning from this 5-foot tall wall over to my tanning ledge over here. Very steep tanning ledge, about 4.5 feet tall. So I'm curious to see how it transitions in wall mode to my tanning ledge. And let me take a look right here. Looks like it's going to go over my tanning ledge. Yep, goes over my tanning ledge right there. And guess what? It also climbs up to my water line above the tanning ledge. Awesome. So you saw that transition basically from the wall at the bottom over here as it moved over to the tanning ledge on the opposite wall here. So that's great. Now it's going to go back down, back up off of the tanning ledge, and repeat the process all across my tanning ledge here. Okay guys, so you can see right here, the S2 has been climbing my tanning ledge over here. Now we have my bigger section of my tanning ledge right over here. Let's see how it transfers over to this steep wall on this bigger platform of my tanning ledge, my Baja shelf here. So this is the corner right here. Let's watch it. You can see right there, it goes straight up. Remember, that's about 4.5 feet tall onto my tanning ledge right there. Awesome. Now it's actually moving over here, and it transitioned pretty well. it basically moved on the floor down there, all the way up the tanning ledge right here. And I want to mention that my tanning ledge over here isn't too deep. It's about 12, 14 inches, but it's able to reach this up here. You see that? And scrub the water line. Down here, it's not too deep. I can actually reach my hand down here and touch the bottom of here. It's about 12, 14 inches. But it has enough room, enough water. It's not too shallow for this cleaner to reach my tanning ledge up here. Now, since I'm here, I want to point out something. This little ledge right here on top of my tanning ledge, this is very, very shallow. Maybe about 6, 7 inches worth of water only. No cleaner will climb on top of that. I don't expect this cleaner to climb on that. No cleaner does. So I'll show you what I mean here. It's going to probably hit it and back down. See that? It's trying to climb up there, but it won't make it because it's too shallow. Which is normal. Remember, it's only like 6 inches deep. It doesn't have enough water at all. You see that? It back down. It almost made it up, but it back down. Now it should kind of go this direction here. Now it's going down my stairs over here. And there, it just transitioned from my tanning ledge down my steps onto my wall on this side here. So that's how it moves over. Awesome. So I have the app on right now. The cleaner is right here out of the water. You want to make sure it's out of the water. Let's go into the S2 app right here. And what I want to show you here is how the mode works, these special modes here. I'm going to switch it to waterline mode just to focus on the water line. You hear that? It clicked. Now I'll go ahead and place it into the pool. Let it sink down, and it should focus on the water line of the pool to show you how cool the waterline mode is. Now take note of it here. It's going to climb all the way up my water line, kind of hit my leveler right there. Now it's moving. You see that? It's adjusting itself to move along my water line. My leveler kind of interrupted it, but it's moving. You see this? It's moving along the water line of my pool here. I'll give you another shot of it when it repeats the process, but it was nice. It hit something in my pool, adjusted itself, and look at it. It's moving. You can see it kind of scrub down, move to the left. Scrub down, move to the left. This is pretty cool. It focuses on the water line so you get more coverage in a shorter amount of time. I've never seen a cleaner actually kind of turn itself with the wheels like that. That's pretty neat to see. Now I'm actually going to move to the side over here and watch it move along this water line. It moved probably about 5, 6 feet right there. So it's going to repeat the process, and you can see at this angle how it moves along the water line across this wall here. Watch. Now, the big moment right over here. Watch it climb up here. I'm gonna stay in this spot right where the cleaner is, and you can see how far it travels as it moves along the wall here in waterline mode. I'm right here. Here's my hand right at this spot right here, and look, it's turning its wheels, moving over, scrubbing, kind of back down. Now it's gonna turn its wheels again. You see that? Pretty cool. And it's moving over. And right there, you see it pause. Now it's going to back down. And from here to over there, that's about 5.5, 6 feet right there. So you see all that coverage it did along this water line. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at the debris basket right over here. So I'm going to pop this open right here. I do want to mention my pool was pretty clean to begin with. I saw some leaves in there, so I'm sure it picked it up because I don't see it in the pool right now. So let's go ahead and open this up here and pull out this fine basket. I did already remove that ultra fine filter sponge from earlier after focusing on the floor mode, but take a look at this here. You can see all that debris in the basket already before I open it up, but take a look. Look at that. You see that big giant leaf that was in the pool earlier? It picked it up. Medium, small size debris over here. That's great. But take a look at all this little debris right here at the back right here. You can see the smaller, finer debris that it pushed back. Let me actually scoop this with my hands here. The smaller sand-like debris that's also in there as well. Awesome. So overall, you guys can see that the Wybot S2 here works really well in the pool. It'll clean the floors of the pool. It'll climb walls in the pool. It'll scrub the water line in the pool, especially with that water line cleaning mode. Overall, if you're looking for a cordless cleaner that does a really great job at a really great price, considering the fact that this has an ultra fine filter, then the Wybot S2 here is definitely a really good choice. Definitely a cleaner here I recommend.
We hope this review helps.